Well, hi guys. It's Friday the 7th, I believe, of September. I wanted to talk a little bit about this long. I bought this tractor, I believe, in the spring of '09. I think, or it was '08-1. I think it was '09. But I literally bought this out of a junkyard. It was sitting out front for sale. They had used the tractor, bought it and used it in the junkyard, and that's why the tires have spots like that tore out of them, and why the tires look as bad as they do. There's some worse spots, but you know, you got chunks of rubber tore off, lugs tore loose, like this, and that. It's not one, it's both of them. You got chunks missing, lugs loose, and it's from spinning on rocks and gravel. These tractors were bought by Long from Zeter, and you can clearly see the Zeter name cast right into it. Good tractors, what I can see, and when I've used this one. They're not an American-made tractor. They're foreign built, and they're can be a little different. There's nothing wrong with that. Just take some to get used to. I put new tires on it the year I did this. The back ones, which we know are sitting right over there now, the new ones for this. I had painted this tractor when I got it back together and running, which required a new high torque starter. The other one, the Bosch, you can't get parts for it. You can only buy a new one. That's like $1,000. This was $238, and it starts her right up. In fact, take the old starter out, you have to take this steering shaft loose to get it out of the way enough to get the starter out. That's how physically big it is. I mean, the end of the case was like right here. They were bought by Long, brought into this country minus front tires and rims, minus back rims. They came in with this center on them. The fenders are Minneapolis Moline. No two ways about that. And they got a deal because this was mid 70s, 74, 75, 76, 77 when they imported these. This one, I believe, is a 75, mainly because it has KS 74 1574 in the block. Now, there are a few things about this engine that are a lot different than most of them. One, you notice this water line coming down to the bottom of the oil pan and then coming up. That's an oil cooler. The bottom of the pan has a water jacket that runs underneath of it to keep the oil warm in the winter and cool in the summer. It also has a centrifuge. to clean the oil. Very nice and handy. You take this cap off, there's another cap inside, you unscrew it, basically open it up, wipe it out, and it's good to go. What it took for me to get this tractor running was the new starter, an American alternator, internal regulated, for a Chevy pickup, believe that or not. And it was rewired to be the same as a Oliver 1550. This tractor is wired, has everything still in it, to hook up brake lights and turn signals. Yeah, right there on the master cylinder is to where you hook up for the brakes. Independent hydraulic, has a handbrake that I really need to get working. I haven't been able to find the parts yet for this. You have two remotes over there. This is the third. This one is for the third remote, and this is for the 3-point. It also has, on the back here, you can see it, this lever that you put in pressure, position, mixed use, or draft. Right now it's in mixed. That sets the 3-point for draft control, for for a position, pressure down switch. Put it here and it keeps pressure down like you're using a grater blade or something. Position is for like plowing or cultivating. Mixed is like pulling a semi-mount implement, and draft, of course, is for plowing. Cat 2 3-point. It is also set up for the European style trailer hitch, which they don't use a drawbar like this. They have a trailer hitch that hooks into here. Also is made for a backhoe attachment. They did lose the drawbar in the junkyard, so I had to make a drawbar, and this is as close to being the original as you can get, because you're just not going to find a used drawbar anywhere. So I made that. PTO shield is an Oliver that bolted right up, so I used it. You have, your independent link for the 3-point arms, and you can actually lock these into position by this drops down over that, so you can lock it. They're both adjustable up and down. Both have, you push this and this will pull out, make it easier to hook up. Like I say, 3 sets of remotes, wired up, everything's got lights. So this is a little bit about the long. The future, what the future holds for it. Of course, I've got the brand new injector pump. This one is leaking fuel through the pistons down, and it's getting into the oil pan. It's also leaking around this throttle shaft. When it's running, you can see it there. You can see it bubbling. So it's an issue that needs to be fixed. But we have the new pump. This tractor is 540 and 1000 RPM. You take those two bolts out right there, and the 1000 shaft is in there. Pull it out and you change it. Supposed to have two big batteries, but I made this one into a handy dandy toolbox. Comes in handy. Foot throttle, differential lock, and I forget what this one's for. I really do. I gotta look in the book and see what that's for again. I forget. On the dash you have throttle. This is for the torque amplifier, and this is your PTO engage. I really do forget what this one's for. But she's a pretty good old tractor. Honestly, I would like to say it ain't got that many hours on it, but I don't quite know for certain what the hours are on this tractor. Being it was in a junkyard spinning, well, that'll eat any tires up pretty quick. But they're Firestone 151 18.434s, but they've never had calcium in them, which I'm really happy about. Power adjust wheels. And, you know, all in all, it's a pretty well built tractor. Just takes some getting used to. Like anybody that's run any amount of different tractors will tell you, they're not all the same. And you got to get used to them. Believe it or not, this thing is set up right now for a cab. Pull the fenders off. Don't know if it's used this or not, but a cab will sit right down on this floor plate. Like a year round or whatever, and bolt right up. And I may be doing that. May actually be doing that because I've got one. And being as I use this to plant with, and I don't ever use this tractor in the winter time, mainly because it does not like ether whatsoever, and it doesn't start good in the winter time. So it's kind of a summertime tractor, and I'm thinking about putting a day cab on it with no doors or windows, just to, you know, provide some shade. The new pump gets put on, and these are her new tires. Lots of rubber, no dry check, good tires, Duratorques. They're not perfect, but they are mighty close to it. And that's what's going to go on the back of the Long. The Long's tires will be put on these rims. I will be taking these bands off. You can see how big the welds are holding them on. There's only 4 of them. When I get the rims tires off, I'll cut these with a die grinder, pull these centers out, and I'll get some 34-inch bands to put in it for to make them duals again. And they can go on this tractor, the case, whatever tractor I happen to have. Yeah, there's a good look at their fantastic welds. Doesn't take much to hold it on there, so there's only 4 of them. 1, 2, be one on the bottom, one over there. I don't know if this is stubble damage or if it's the way the tire's made, I have no clue. But they seem to be awfully good. So these will go on along. That's why I bought them. If I was looking for 18-434, just a set of duals, 18-434s, I probably wouldn't have bought these. But I bought them because of the tires. Them are good enough to put on there. And that's what's going to happen. Right now I'm waiting for all the rain to come from that tropical storm, whatever it is. They say we could get 2.5 to 5 inches of rain. So if we get that, I'm not going to be in the field, and I'll be able to start working on tires with it sitting here. And I can put it in the barn to change that pump out. So it's no big deal. It's sitting here, I can do something with it. But at any rate, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I've got some other things to take care of today, but I wanted to make this one about the Long and her future plans, which is injector pump, back tires, and eventually I'm going to go back there and drag that cab out, look it over and do some measuring to see about putting it on here. If I do put it on here, it will get some LED lights put on it. That is a small alternator, and the LED lights will work perfect with that for that. But at any rate, guys, I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you next time. And as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And if you got any questions about the old girl, feel free to ask. I'll answer what I can. So we'll see you next time, guys.